It is time for our interspecies practice today. So going to give everyone a little bit of a practice inspired by animals. Has anyone heard we're going to Parliament in 2 weeks or 3 weeks here? We're going to be talking about that a little bit more today, but we are headed to the Parliament of World Religions along with another, I don't know, 10 to 14,000 other folks if there's the same amount of people that were in Toronto. But to have interfaith dialogue and to have conversations, and we are headed there to represent animal voices, and we're not necessarily allowed to bring them with us into the conference hall. So we are going to bring their voices, and we are going to bring their images, and we are going to bring their sounds on in. And so today our interspecies practice is inspired by one of the ones that we're going to do there in our interfaith celebration for animals. So I'm going to ask you to move a little bit, or invite you to move a little bit and to do a little bit of a body scan. And then we're going to think about embodying some different types of beings. So start now by just taking a deep breath. And as long as you are not driving your car, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes gently. Take another breath. We always start with the breath. And exhale. And after your next exhale, I'm going to ask you to draw your attention all the way down to your feet. And just notice how your feet feel. You've been looking for a little while at the screen, so you may have forgotten you have feet. See how your feet feel. Maybe move them around. Feel them press into the ground, grounding us. And now draw your attention up your lower leg to your knees. Think about the wonder that your knees are, allowing you to bend your legs. Some of us might have older knees that don't function as well as they used to. We might feel a little discomfort or pain in our knees. Just notice how they feel. And drawing your awareness up your upper legs to your hips, to your root chakra, to your genital area, up into your stomach. Rest here for a moment in your belly, noticing if it's full or if it's empty, if it's growling or if it's still. Thinking about what you've fed it, what you've fed yourself, how that nourishes your body. Now draw your awareness up into your lungs, into your heart, into your chest. Does it feel expansive or does it feel compacted? I just noticed my shoulders are curved in like they usually are. Taking a breath and extending them out and dropping them down. Drawing your awareness up your neck, noticing if it feels comfortable. A lot of us have stress in our necks and our upper back and our shoulders. That's where we hold our tension or our frustration when we don't feel heard, when we feel contradicted, when we feel invalidated, when we feel like we cannot speak for ourselves. We hold that in this clenched area of our neck. Taking your awareness up into your chin, into your jaw. Sometimes we hold tension there too. Move your jaw around a little bit. Get your tongue out, stretch your tongue. Take your awareness to your eyes. They might be fluttering. a little bit because they're closed and there's light in the area you are. Raising your awareness to the top of your head. Now from here, as we go back down or back up our bodies, we're going to do it from a not human perspective. Draw your attention again down to your feet. Now I want you to imagine that your legs are as long as a giraffe's. 6 feet from your foot to your hip. Can you stretch them just a little further? Can you stretch, pulling your hips up, shifting them from side to side? What would it be like for you to have legs like a giraffe? I could spend half as much time on a treadmill. What would that feel like? And now moving your attention to your arms, stretch your arms wide out either side of you. You now have the wingspan of an albatross. Your wingspan is 12 feet from tip to tip. 12 feet. Stretch into 12 feet. Maybe a little flapping going on. Flapping, stretching out. See how that feels in your back? It feels like on your chest. And now bringing your arms back in, or your wings, I should say, crossing them across your chest and feeling the stretch in your back, as if your wings are pulled in the front of your body. And now draw your attention to your neck. I'd like you to imagine that your neck is now as long as a sauropod. Some of you are thinking, Sarah, geez, robots now dinosaurs, but yes, we're going there. 46 feet long. Imagine your neck is 46 feet long. How could you turn it? How could you stretch it? Ah, that feels good. I'm going to be a sauropod all week. And now we're going to create space in your mind. Imagine that your brain is spacious, that it is as large as the Fugaku supercomputer in Japan, which can process over 442 petaflops. Does anyone have any idea what a petaflop is? I did not, but I'm going to clue you in. A petaflop is 1,000 million operations per second. 1,000 million times 442. Imagine spaciousness, enough spaciousness in your mind for that. Imagine memory, ease, place to store all the things we forget, like where your car keys are, and whether you fed the cat enough today. And finally, breathe your eyes open and imagine that your eyes are as big as the colossal squid. That means each of your eyes is the size of a soccer ball. Stretch your eyelids. Move your eyes around. You've been looking at the screen and then they've been closed. Stretch your eyes up, left, right, down. You might remember the practice we did with Debbie Philp, moving our eyes around in their sockets many months ago. And as we take one final breath together, I'd like you to imagine you have the lungs of a blue whale, able to process 5,000 liters of air. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now notice the state of your body. I hope it feels a little more stretched out, a little more spacious, and a little more connected to the more than human world.